Mining is a dangerous job. The fact that it involves handling explosives makes it hazardous as well. Explosives are used to break up rocks and extract minerals, but they can also cause serious injuries or fatalities if not handled properly. Experts insist that arming new miners on basic safety rules when handling explosives is not just critical but sacrosanct to their health and safety. Welcome to 30 Minutes on NTA News 24, focusing on mining and proper handling of explosives. I'm Lydia Sampson. The first report by Stephen Nwokolo is looking at mining activities and the historical background of mining in Nigeria. What kind of due process are players and stakeholders expected to observe in mining? Stephen Nwokolo sought answers to these questions and more. Take it from here, Stephen.
Mining is the process of extraction of valuable mineral resources, geological materials and minerals from the surface of the earth. This is done for the purposes of socio-economic development of the people and nations. Mining has been a significant part of Nigeria's history, dating back to pre-colonial era. The country boasts of rich mineral resources including gold, limestones, and more. However, despite these abundant resources, experts believe the mining sector is facing various challenges over the years, which include inadequate infrastructure, obsolete equipment, and regulatory issues, as well as the hydra-headed monster of illegal mining activities and the dangers inherent.
Mining in Nigeria is a security risk. Do you know why it is a security risk? It is not coordinated. It didn't start today. In any country, wherever you hear about the type of mining that is going on in Nigeria, we're bound to have security risk. The country, for reasons best known to them, has refused to allow sanity into that sector. And because people are benefiting from it being in that level, there are people who are benefiting from government not coordinating the axis of mining together. So because of it, they don't want government to actually step into it. We're talking about no area, no part of this country that does not have one mineral or the other to mine that will make them be strong enough. But the leaders, they don't want that to happen. They are the ones who have been mining diamonds. They are the ones who are mining golds in every little farm, in every little forest. They are the ones, and it's from there, they are the ones that procured arms and gave these people, so that when they go there, they cause mayhem, they cause insecurity, so that the people will flee, so that they can continue to do their business. All these things you hear about insecurity and kidnapping, it's all about mining.
History has it that the British played a pivotal role in the development of Nigeria's mining sector. They allegedly established mining operations primarily for exporting raw materials that led to the neglect of local beneficiation and industrialization. Key players are emphatic that during the colonial era, mining activities in Nigeria predominantly focused in extracting raw materials for export, with little consideration for local development or value addition.
What we are experiencing today as part of insecurity is probably because some people who are considered to be stakeholders in this mining are the ones who are really sponsoring these insecurity killings in this place, taking over some community in this place, to have been the major factor. Because if you look at it critically, mining is really going on in Niger. Tin is equally going in Plateau and some other parts of Nigeria. And wherever this mining is going on illegally, there's always insecurity at the highest level. It's because some people who are really benefiting from it are the ones sponsoring that. And so it is important for government to take steps to ensure it does not happen like the way it's happening. What can they really do? To ensure that nobody again going to these mining sites. Ensure, and then there must be a law to regulate whatever is considered to be mining in this country. If there are laws that will take care of that, obviously we're going to get a very good effect at the end of it all. That's the way it is. And so to do that, let them come back to the National Assembly and formulate, a very good bill that they're going to be looked into by both chambers. And at the end of the day, there's a solution that will be found out of it. That's how it's supposed to be. But if they leave it like the way it is, only the strong countries will be benefiting and Nigeria will be losing at the end of the day. So we need to take up this challenge and then ensure that we get a solution to it immediately.
involve exploration, extraction, processing, and transportation of mineral resources. Exploration entails identifying potential mineral deposits through geological surveys and drilling. Extraction involves removing the overburden to assess the ore body, followed by processing to separate valuable minerals from waste. Finally, the processed minerals are transported to market or processing facilities. However, the question arises whether these mining processes conform with the extant laws guiding mining in Nigeria.
When you talk of regulation standard, have to look at the comparative advantage. There are so many countries all over the world today that the only resources they have is mining, like in South Africa. Here we don't have the same situation, and this has to do largely with lack of enabling law. The laws are not there. They don't call miners illegal miners in the true sense of it. They're illegal miners, but they call them unlicensed miners. And when you say something that's unlicensed, it's not supposed to be a criminal, but they'll tell you the miner itself. So where is the enabling law? The government has not been able to harness the resources, the natural resources, the large deposit of mineral resources we have in this country. And that has to do largely with the lack of enabling law. And what is the National Assembly doing about it? But nobody is talking about it. And that is why that has resulted into a lot of insecurity in Zamfara. Or where you hear of kidnapping, these people coming in to take these things away, they come in with guns to protect whoever these people they are cheating. Because we don't even gain the value for whatever they are mining.
It's going on. Before now, when I came to Abuja, I can tell you a story. Right in front of this Federal Secretariat where we are standing now. People are mining just there, and it's still there. People are mining gold. It's just this Federal Secretariat looking at. If you look across, you see people inside the water sieving it. They are mining gold right in front of us. Then you see cars driving at night and they wear and go and sell. Government doesn't get one kobo out of it, but the security organizations, are they not seeing it? They just say that they don't know that people are taking out all manners of solid minerals out of this country.
Nigeria has various laws and regulations governing the mining sector, including the Nigerian Minerals and Mining Act of 2007. This act provides the legal framework for mineral exploration, exploitation, and regulation. Despite the existence of these laws, enforcement and compliance remains significantly challenging. Illegal mining activities, environmental degradation, and conflicts over land rights persist, highlighting the need for improved regulatory oversight and enforcement.
Mining is in the exclusive list. It's supposed not to be an exclusive list. Anything that's an exclusive list can only be legislated upon by the federal government, by the center. So the way it is now, it is only the federal government that can license miners, whereas those deposit minerals, they are within the various states. You can remember what happened in Ibadan recently. The state government does not even know the miner, those people that are mining the something, they only heard of explosion with attendant losses, both human and material, and so on and so forth. So I think what government is supposed to do, this 10th National Assembly, they will soon constitute their own constitutional review committee. We hope that this time around, they will push mining from exclusive list to concurrent list, so that the state can also have more power on it. Not that they will just be there, and the federal government is too far away from all those where those minerals are deposited, too far away to monitor them. So that is the solution to it.
The National Assembly has a lot to do about it, because this thing is on the exclusive list of the federal government, and the state government, there's nothing they can do about it. Look at what happened in Oyo State the other time when there were explosions. We are aware you saw people moving explosive, but you have no control over it, because they say it's on the exclusive list, and it's only the federal government that can make law to regulate the activities of mining, which of course should not be. So I think this thing should be brought on the residual list, or concurrent list. Let the federal government and the state government regulate the activities of miners. Wherever it is discovered, let at least the state government have a say over what is happening in that place.
As Nigeria seeks to harness its mineral resources for economic development, addressing visible challenges and ensuring adherence to mining laws remains paramount. These stakeholders believe we go a long way in mitigating danger and help navigate activities of illegal mining and positioning the sector for seamless operations in line with global competitiveness and sustainable economic growth.
Thank you, Stephen. Despite your findings, there is obviously a lacuna, otherwise mishandling of explosives or explosives finding their way to residential areas. Killing and maiming will not be a part of the conversation. In this next feature, Thomas Ogbetere explores the gaps in the mode of operation, the security challenges inherent in mining, how did the unfortunate Ibadan explosion happen, how can similar incidents be mitigated going forward. Thomas, we're all eager for your findings.
Illegal mining activities in Nigeria have become a worrisome menace that experts say government must address urgently. The mining sector in Nigeria is plagued by insecurity and organized crime, which is allegedly benefiting terrorist groups, causing violence and increasing environmental pollution. Foreign nationals who allegedly set up and oversee mining and refining operations are accused of collaborating with extremist militants, corrupt government officials, destroying farmlands, and polluting water with mercury and other substances. Government has come up with proactive measures to curb illegal mining activities perpetrated by both foreigners and Nigerians by setting up a technical committee comprising security agencies. The mandate of the proposed task force is multifaceted, aiming to enhance security in mining areas, enforce mining laws, ensuring proper warehousing and monitoring of explosives, and enhance environmental sustainability in mining operations.
The foreign machineries who are in the country, who have been conniving and corroborating and partnering with some of unscrupulous elements of the governments and traditional institutions, as well as the other institutions that we have within the environments where those things are happening, you realize that they will initiate fears among those who are passing by, and any access, they will try to block it so that people will not know what they are doing there. And there are a lot of illegalities in terms of all these activities, because in most cases, the relationship, the interwoven relationship between the state, federal, and the national and the local government have not been defined by constitution. Even if it is defined by constitution, it hasn't been defined by the operations of the activities of the mining process. So you realize that those foreigners, if they are mining probably something of 40 billion naira in a day, they will be recording that they are mining something of less than 100 million naira in a day. So as such, those community members who are living there, they will try in one way or the other to find a way of creating a threat against those foreigners.
The mining sector presently in Nigeria, I will not want to say is well coordinated, because we have a lot of issues that have risen from the mining sector. And one of it is the proliferation of illegal miners everywhere. And this has caused a lot of issues in the nation, and is not really the best, because these illegal miners have created what has now turned to security threats to human beings, that's the citizens, and also nature. You know, most of these places, like you look at Zamfara, what is going on there, and some states that have natural resources, most of the challenges there is based on these natural resources that people are mining illegally, and those illegal miners are ready to do anything in making sure that they continue in business.
The mode of operations in the mining sector typically involve exploration, extraction, processing and transportation of mineral resources. Transportation involves moving the minerals to markets or processing facilities, sometimes including explosives.
Everywhere you see criminality happening, in most cases you realize that there are huge amounts of mineral resources available within that areas. So the foreign machineries are utilizing that as a process of providing directly or indirectly creating a criminality and also boosting the morale of those criminals and improvising, even to the extent of providing them with access to arms and ammunition so that they can continue to instill fears in the mindset of the people around. And also they will even provide them with some of the arms and ammunition sophisticated that are more dangerous, the hardware, the software, and even the technology that is more sophisticated than that of what our trained personnel have.
Most of the time you see clashes within the licensed operators, miners, and the community is because both parties don't want to do the right thing. If they are ready to do the right thing, and that is where corruption comes in, the host community will not want to inform the federal government of illegal mining going on within their community once their pocket is being oiled. And also those people going to do illegal mining activity also will feel, okay, since we're giving you something, then allow us to do whatever we want to do. But if the ministry in charge of mining, the mining sector, wakes up to her responsibility and deploys staff that is not sitting in the office, is deploying them to the field and having good security backup, because I know some of these staffs too are afraid of going into all these forest or bushes where you have these resources. They are afraid of being abducted by kidnappers and the rest. But so now the security agencies too needs to collaborate. So the Ministry of Mines and Industry, the Ministry of Mines and the security agency need to have a template, an operational template, to ensuring that they go into all these places, they have these natural resources, and ensuring that no community now starts giving local approval. If it's, in fact, it's illegal approval to all these people.
Experts are optimistic that the enormous security challenges in the mining sector are not insurmountable, as they can be addressed through adherence to regulatory provisions, law enforcement, community engagement, and technological solutions.
Because when you are talking about security challenges in the mining sector, it's not peculiar to Nigeria. If you look at DRC Congo, if you look at Bolivia, if you look at Papua New Guinea, and some other nations, the mining sector has created a lot of security challenges for them. But again, there's always a need for such challenges to be overcome. And one of the ways you can overcome such challenges is to, number one, have a strong enforcement team on the Mining Act. It's not just having a mining act, but you must have a strong enforcement team that can monitor and see what is going on in these various fields.
The normal challenges, our people are used to artisanal mining. So the little they do, they smelt their local ways and make local things, and they're content with that. So when they see someone coming to take over those places where they made their own small, there's usually misunderstanding that brings about conflict, and they have problems in those communities. Some come with force because they have license from the government, they have the resources to go into those places, so they come, and then the people, they may start to revolt because the person has come with his own people from outside and is not engaging with the community. So usually with the environmental impact assessment that you must conduct before you go into any mining activity, you must have community agreement with community leaders. And so we try to enlighten them and do awareness programs for them so that they know what to negotiate.
Strict implementation of regulations and investing in advanced technology for monitoring and surveillance to mitigate security risk.
Issue of security is not something that you can come before the camera and start telling the public the tactics or the method of tackling the insecurity. But I know they are doing, and almost on quarterly basis, or let me not lie, once a blue moon, the IG do summon all the AIGs, all the CPs, all the senior officers. They may have an in-house meeting and receive their challenges and see how he can come to their aid and see that at least they have tackled issues that are arising within their states. We are trying to harmonize and see that we come with a simple and easy way of solving all those challenges.
Addressing security challenges in the sector, experts say, also involve prioritizing community empowerment and promoting responsible mining practices towards fostering sustainable development initiatives. They believe maximizing the mining sector potentials in Nigeria will require government focusing on improving infrastructure, proactive regulation frameworks, promoting transparency and accountability by attracting investment, implementing transparent licensing, and promoting global best mining practices to mitigate environmental impacts and socio-economic benefits for local communities. Similarly, education and skill development programs for the workforce can help build a skilled labor force to escalate the mining industry's growth.
But we're having different problems. When you go into communities, you must have agreements with those communities and formulate ways where you can empower them. So you're not just a company spoiling the environment, you're adding value to them, you're creating jobs for them, you're creating wealth for them and also for yourself, and then bring about development. So we must just have good governance systems from the laws that we and legislation that we pass, and hopefully that will translate to all the private companies who want to go and develop in those areas.
I'm making a clarion call for our leaders in Nigeria. When I say leaders, I'm defining the leaders as a subdivision of 4 items. The administrative leaders, the political leaders, the institutional leaders. When I say institution, I mean the institution of government and non-governmental institutions, as well as the civil society organizations and other coalitions who are stakeholders in the issue of mining, to have a fear of God. Because it is with the fear of God instilled in the mindset of every leader that will remind the leader that somebody was on my seat, and one day it will be like a barber's seat. That it is a matter of you finishing, you move, and somebody will sit there. So there is nothing permanent.
Offering physical incentives such as tax incentives, royalty regimes, and other financial incentives to attract proactive investment and stimulate growth in the mining sector, while deepening opportunity to diversify mineral exports and reduce dependence on single commodity, mitigating risk associated with price volatility by implementing proactive measures, they noted, will help improve the mining sector towards sustainable development.
The Occupational Safety and Health Administration has established regulations for handling explosives and blasting agents. These regulations include possession, detonating, or otherwise handling explosives in a safe manner. While the use of explosives in mining can be safe if properly handled, caution is still needed when dealing with such a powerful force. Thanks for watching. I'm Lydia Sampson. Stay safe.